how can an Air Force pilot manage to make a golf course fly? You'll find out coming up next on All American People. Good morning. Welcome to All American People. This morning we're at the 2010 Nonprofit of the Year as voted on by visitors of allamericancities.com, the American Red Cross. We're visiting in their Coastal South Carolina chapter's Emergency Operations Center. And we're visiting with Charlie Thrash, the director of the Coastal Carolina University Professional Golf Course Management Program and a longtime board member here and honorary life board member. Good morning.
Good morning.
And a retired Air Force colonel, pilot. Golly,
Yes.
the list goes on and on.
It's been fun.
Yes, yes.
And we certainly are proud that the Red Cross has been recognized in this voting, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you again, Charlie. There was a heck of a lot of nonprofits obviously voted on, and to think that the American Red Cross nationally, and of course All American Cities, a national website, so to see the recognition for the American Red Cross when there are so many deserving nonprofits nationwide, it really is an honor. And to be here in this Emergency Operations Center is magnificent. It really is.
Neat facility.
A neat facility. And Angela Nicholas, the Coastal South Carolina chapter's chief executive officer, highlighted that this building wouldn't be here without a heck of a lot of people, a lot of volunteers cheering it to make it happen. But of course you were one of those many, I hate to say even the leader of the pack, working hard with the Myrtle Beach Air Base Redevelopment Authority to make it happen.
Well, it's been about a 2-year project to get done. Angela's very kind to make those statements. Really, she was the ringleader that kept us going when it got around to it. But one of the things that we had noticed in the area, we have a great Red Cross chapter here. We're on the coast. We know that bad things can happen every now and then, hurricanes and other disasters. And anytime there's an emergency in the local community or on a national level, the American Red Cross is going to be expected to respond and perform. Right. And we really didn't have an adequate facility to do that. And so we kind of came up with the idea, let's see if we can build an emergency operations center. We were able to get the plans together, partner with the Myrtle Beach Air Force Base Redevelopment Authority, right, and some other leading people in the community. Right. And took about a year in construction to get this done, but we are safe sitting right where we are today. And it'll be something that not only the Red Cross can use so we can do our job effectively and better, but also the community will benefit from also. Yes, a perfect location for disaster training. All the cameras don't quite give the feel of how well this is laid out, right under 2,000 square feet, but the ability to really pack some folks in these workstations here. Well, previously we were just using a bare room. We'd throw some tables together and then kind of plug in some PCs and try to work effectively, but that's not a good working environment. Right. This is a very self-contained system. It has break areas, showers, restrooms, and so people can come right in here, work, do a great job, do the coordinating type of activities that are required in a major disaster, and be much more effective and efficient in how they perform their duties. Right, and capable of withstanding a Category 3 hurricane, so the winds and probably even more than that, but surely the winds of a Category 3, so it should be here for a long time. The people will be wanting to come to this facility. They would wish it when the wind starts blowing. That's right, wish it would be a lot bigger, but it will be perfect. And it will be a facility that the other disaster kind of agencies in the area, of course the city has their functions, the county has their functions, can come in and use this as an alternate training site and be prepared if something should happen to one of their facilities. Well, they could move right into here and keep on operating without ever missing a beat. And it's something that will really add to the overall safety and the ability of the community to withstand natural disasters. Yes, Charlie, and this community served by the Coastal South Carolina chapter of the American Red Cross is a very large community. I was amazed to see 3
1,000 square miles, 3 very large counties, Horry, Georgetown, and Williamsburg County. Probably the largest, the 4th largest, and probably the 3rd or 5th largest in the state. I mean, it's a big territory to cover.
We cover a large area, and obviously that creates some challenges, just the geographic areas and just moving around. But it's a great group of people. One thing you can always say about the Red Cross, the volunteers that work there are usually dedicated people, individuals who have a vision of what it takes to keep our community safe and functioning. Right. And we're fortunate to have some great workers through Angela's leadership here in the local area. And this is just this EOC is just an example of some of the good things that those people are doing on a daily basis.
Yes, absolutely, Charlie. Well, there's so much we'd like to highlight and to talk about. We're not going to have much time, but the excitement here is Myrtle Beach is a place that's been dear to your heart for a number of years. I was fascinated to see that you first arrived here, at least in your service through the Air Force, in 1979.
Certainly did. I was a young captain in the Air Force. We arrived here on Valentine's Day of 1979. I can remember because the next day it snowed.
Oh, wow.
And everybody, the locals saying, first snow we've had in 3 or 4 years. And I thought, wait, I've come to the coast. It's not supposed to snow. But it's been a great relationship. I spent a career in the Air Force, but I was fortunate to end up being stationed here at Myrtle Beach Air Force Base on 3 different occasions.
Right.
And over those years, my family kind of adopted the area, and I came to the area, kind of adopted us. We're originally from Texas. I always envisioned that when my Air Force career was over with, I would return to Texas. Right. But my wife loved it here. She taught at Coastal Carolina University for a number of years in the math department and also in the public school systems.
Great.
Our children were able to graduate from Conway High School with the same crowd they started the first grade with. It's just the timings of our coming and going worked out perfectly.
Right.
And they both ended up attending Coastal Carolina University.
Both of your children?
Did. When we got time for them to go to college, they were bright young kids, asked them where you wanted to go to school, and they both said, we want to stay here, we're tired of traveling.
My Lord,
and,
Charlie.
So they had some neat places to be stationed as they were growing up. And so we just have enjoyed being here in Myrtle Beach and being a part of the community.
A 26-year career in the U.S. Air Force, and I think you highlighted all, but maybe one of those years was active as a pilot.
Yes, I was very fortunate. I got to fly most of my entire career. A couple of short assignments that took me out of the cockpit, but I was able to get back in. Actually, I like to tell people that on my 50th birthday, I started the morning, the first mission was in an F-16, the second mission was in a C-130, and the last mission was in an A-10. So I had a great birthday celebration to remember.
Golly, Charlie, that must be incredible. What is that like? I mean, of course, the exciting thing here recently on a Sunday driving by and seeing some of these planes flying through, I assume from Shaw Air Force Base, where they come in and just fly. I mean, it's just incredible. When you think about flying, this was old hat to you. When you see those, you think, I've done that.
Well, I was very fortunate. And the things that I got to do, most people kind of dream about.
Right.
And so we try not to take that lightly in it. It serves a mission, obviously, in our country's defense. But at the same time, I can look back and say that I had a great career and got to do some very interesting and exciting things.
Oh, I bet, Charlie.
In some far and strange places.
I bet that's
besides
the case.
Myrtle Beach, but it was a great career. I had a wonderful time.
Were there ever any times, I'm really just fascinated, I want to ask that, were there any times you were fearful of your life passing in front of your eyes?
A couple of times. Usually they were kind of self-inflicted moments that I was doing something I probably shouldn't have done appropriately at the time. But yes, there certainly were. But fortunate that I was able to get out of all those. And we have a little saying, I was very fortunate that my number of landings equaled my number of takeoffs.
Oh yes, that's great. That's great. 79, you arrived here, and then your last stint here, I believe, was 21, 22 years later. You must have seen the area change quite a bit.
We certainly did. When we arrived, it was just a very sleepy little community, obviously, during the winter. That was when most of the hotels shut down, probably about the 1st of October, and didn't open up until after Easter. And I can remember we stayed in motel. It's no longer there, but I remember oceanfront efficiency for $12 a night.
No.
I told my wife we didn't need to look for a place to live. We'll just stay here.
That's right.
Of course, the rate changed significantly.
A little bit.
But to see the growth in the community,
Yeah.
obviously Myrtle Beach this whole area, the Grand Strand, will continue to grow. It's just a great environment. There's something for just about anyone to do.
Yes.
And we're not far from the mountains, obviously not far from the coast, and not far from big cities. So it makes a great community.
After your kids finished at Coastal, did they decide to stay in the area?
Actually, our daughter went out to New Mexico. She's actually in Australia as we speak right now, but her interest is kind of paleontology. And our son spent probably about the first 5 or 6 years after he graduated, and now he's living in the Columbia area.
Yeah, good. So the area was perfect for high school, perfect for college.
Yes.
Ultimately, it kept one of them in the Palmetto State, but surely the opportunities of being in the military and traveling as the child of a military person enabled your daughter to think, I can go anywhere.
Well, they learned early to adapt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a little sense of adventure went with it, so that makes it. They're doing very well, and they're doing what they enjoy doing.
That's exciting, Charlie. We want to talk about your tremendous service to the American Red Cross, but before that, your current position as director of Coastal Carolina University's professional golf management program. Prior to that, you served as, I believe, the general manager of Bay Tree Golf Plantation. How did you get into that coming out of the Air Force?
Well, when I retired from the Air Force, I had made some great friends here in the local community, and one of those was General James Hackler. General Hackler was a part owner of Bay Tree Golf Plantation, which was a 54-hole daily fee resort facility up in the Little River area.
Wow.
They were looking to make some changes in the way they did business, and I was approached if I'd be interested in coming up there and taking over as the general manager of the operation. And so I was actually with Bay Tree for about 10 years. We sold the facility at the end of 2006.
Okay.
But I was there as the general manager for 5 years. Then the university approached me about taking over the program I'm over now, but I stayed with the company, actually Strand Corporation, that owned the golf courses, as a member of their board of directors for another 5 years until we sold the company. But it was obviously golf plays a tremendous role in the local community.
Oh yeah.
And I'm an avid golfer, and every avid golfer thinks they know how to run a golf business. And I found out quickly my learning curve had to be steep. But it was a great experience, and it's a great group of people in the golfing industry in this area. Still, probably one of those National Golf Foundation little throwaway numbers, just about 1 in every 100 rounds of golf played in the United States is played within an hour of where we're sitting right now.
Oh, come on. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's still a tremendous amount of golf played in this area, and you know, nationwide, the golf business is bigger than the movie industry. It's a $75 billion a year industry.
Charlie, I did not know that.
Oh, yes.
That is fascinating. So within an hour of the city of Myrtle Beach, 1 out of every 100 rounds of golf is played.
That's just about that.
And a lot of that ain't in the ocean.
No, sir.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been coming to this area and will continue to come, and even more in the future. So
that is tremendous. Share with viewers a little about the professional golf management program here at Coastal Carolina.
The program that we run is, there's actually 20 programs like the one we have at Coastal that's accredited by the PGA of America. And it's basically a 2-track program. The first track is our students are going through Coastal Carolina University's Wall College of Business.
Right.
And they will earn an undergraduate degree in business administration, and they will major in marketing management, economics, finance, accounting, or resort tourism.
Yes.
While they're earning their undergraduate degree, they will also complete all of the membership requirements for the PGA of America. So it's a 4.5-year program, takes extra time to complete. It's a very comprehensive program.
Right, right.
And we're very fortunate to have a great group of young people that come from, let's see, last time I counted up, over 25 different states.
Is that right?
And I think 3 foreign countries right now represented in the program.